You're watching ESPN First Take, presented by Bass Pro Shops.
Our next guest is entering his 7th season in the NFL. He won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks in 2013. Please welcome to the desk Bills receiver Percy Harvin. Percy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. How are you approaching this season differently?
Just more focused. I think where I'm at in my career now, I'm just anxious to get back to, how I was playing in Minnesota, but to a more, even taking it to another level from that aspect, and just being a more precise route runner, a more defined receiver, and, just putting it all together.
What's different about this situation in Buffalo? Because obviously you performed big time when healthy when you were in Minnesota. We know you helped Seattle win a Super Bowl title. The New York Jets. We won't even get into that. I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. But let me ask you, how is this situation different, if at all, from any situation that you were confronted by in your NFL career thus far?
I think most importantly, from here this year from Seattle, I think my teammates accept me a little more. And what I mean by that is I always felt when I went to Seattle, a lot of the receivers kind of took me as a threat, rather than accepting me as a teammate. And I always told those guys, I put them to the side several times after seeing a couple of the comments they was making to the media, that like, hey guys, I'm here to ball with you guys. I'm here to take us to the next level. And a lot of guys was, I guess, kind of looking as they was already established and, they didn't need any help. So I just took it as I never was kind of accepted in the receiver group by all the members.
Very interesting. So what's the difference between Pete Carroll and Rex Ryan?
They're both players coach. I would just say for me personally, Rex, he's just kind of taking me as for what it is. He not judged me on anything in the past. He's let me just come in and told me to be myself all the time. Don't feel like you're walking on eggshells. And kind of Seattle, at times I kind of felt as, I had to come in and be the guy to sit in the back room, not say too much, kind of walk on eggshells. And that in itself kind of drew frustrations on top of not being accepted in my receiver group. So just kind of never was able to get kind of comfortable
Did you
in
talk
Seattle.
to Pete about that?
We had several conversations. And, he said he's seen it in some of the guys. I don't know if he actually went to the guys and had a conversation, but me and him had, many conversations, and I told him how I kind of didn't feel uncomfortable. I would take him to the papers and show him the quotes that I was rubbed wrong by, and he said he could see it, but that's kind of what happened with the altercation with Doug.
But he took Doug's side in that. Pete Carroll did.
I don't know whose side he took. I was the one that ended up leaving, so I just took it as that.
When I look at your situation right now, reading up on the Buffalo Bills, obviously they spent $91 million in the offseason on guaranteed contracts. That's more than anybody in the NFL paid in terms of guaranteed contract. They brought guys like you, they brought guys like Richie Incognito on this squad. Obviously, for different reasons, people consider both of y'all a risk. And based on what you're saying, you might have gotten a bad rap. Is that fair to say? And if so, why do you feel you've gotten a bad rap in your NFL career?
I just think just kind of how I dealt with things. Especially in Seattle, it was things that I kind of should have just handled in a different manner. I felt in the locker room, I feel you always want to handle things man to man, which is kind of what I done, in the Doug situation. But that ended up turning to backfire. But I'm always a player. If I have a problem or issue, I'm going to go to the person, rather than having, he said this, he said that, and but I thought me and him had worked it out, But as I left, I seen, reports saying this and saying that, and it just bothered me that, not the truth actually was what was said.
And just for the audience's purposes, everybody, that Doug Baldwin is who you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
So, as you've been around in this league, you're getting a little bit up there in age, a little older. How much have you lost in just pure speed, and how much have you gained in experience?
I actually think I've gained speed.
Really?
The hip was something that bothered me even back into my Minnesota days. And if you look back into the reports when I was having the hamstrings and things like that, they always was reverting to my hip. So as I got my hip fixed, I think you see in the Super Bowl, and then the couple plays I was able to make the next year, my explosion I feel like is at an all-time high right now. So I'm definitely just looking to put it all together so I can actually show the world, how my body feeling and what I've been working on.
I think you're going to be a big-time key to this team this year, but I don't think that's necessarily good news, and here's why. Because if you're a big-time component, it's probably going to be on the special team side because there's question marks at the quarterback spot. I don't care how good Sammy Watkins is. I don't care how good Percy Harvin is. If you don't have somebody to throw y'all a football, y'all ain't going to be able to do much at the wideout spot. So, but to me, you're obviously a dual threat. How do you see this season unfolding on the offensive side of the ball for the Buffalo Bills?
I think once we get all said and done, and once we get out of camp, and once we really start hitting on all cylinders, I really feel like the sky's the limit for this team. It's going to start with the running game and LaShawn McCoy. I feel like he's going to force teams to either bring guys in the box, and then that's going to force one-on-ones on the outside, either with me, Sammy, Woods, and Clay. I just feel like the quarterback should be able to pick his poison and let's go with it.
Which way would you go at quarterback between Castle and EJ?
We where we need to be. We're assignment sound. We're running our routes at the right depth. We're getting our checks right. We got a lot of work to do. We don't have room to be trying to coach any other group right now.
You just elaborated on this team, and you talked to before you came on camera. You talked about how playing with Coach Rex Ryan is just great. It's fantastic. Do you have to modify your personality based on the personnel that you're playing with and the coach that you're playing for? Or is it one of those situations where you're free to be exactly who you believe you should be with complete comfort because the personalities on this squad vibe with you? What's the situation?
Completely free. And I think that's what's been the most thing about this camp so far is the guys just see how comfortable and how free you can be playing with Rex. He comes in there, he jokes with you, he laughs with you. The offensive coordinator, he comes in, he jokes with you, he laughs, he lets you know to do this, to do that. All the routes don't have to be right at the depth. Not how they draw it up on a chalkboard. You got freedom to do it and get open how you need to do it. So that's one of my comfort levels with them, and that's one of the reasons I came here from the Jets.
How much do you sense early on you could be featured in this offense as far as handing it to you, flipping it to you, or throwing it to you?
I've had a lot of time to think about that, and I sat down with the offensive coordinator a couple of times, and it's just the sky's the limit. Just not only for me, but just everybody. Me, Sammy, Woods, we all can play each other's position. And then you throw in the tight end, and you throw in McCoy, who is an excellent receiver. It's a lot of moving parts that can play a lot of different positions. So I think once we get the base offense down, we'll start getting to those types of things.
Have you told my man Shady McCoy that he's here to run the football, not to be catching passes and taking them away from you? Because he will do that, you know he will do that.
Absolutely. Whatever we need to do to win, but I think he knows what his job is. In the meeting room, we reiterated a bunch of times that he's here to run the ball, and we're going to establish the run first. So he gets it.
I got you.
Percy, sounds like you got yourself a good fit here, a
Absolutely.
good home, and I hope the quarterback situation gets all straightened out,
Yeah,
and we can see you ball out again.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the time. Good luck this season, and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for
He's
having
a
me.
quarterback, Molly.
I know.
That's right. I said it.
It's been a great day here in Rochester. Coming up, we'll wrap up our time with the Bills. Stay here.